Hi, my name is Felipe Gabriele. I'm 27 years old from Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. And if you're watching this video, it's because your friend obviously likes, trusts, and respects you enough to share something with you that they're really excited about. You see, I helped launch a concept here in Canada that's absolutely going viral in over 63 countries worldwide. And so due to our exponential growth, your friend and I recently partnered up. And I asked them to share this information with a few key people they trust and respect. So let me give you some perspective. Because if you were shared a concept that you just absolutely knew could help change people's lives, who would you want to share it with? Well, you're probably thinking, well, my friends, family. Exactly. And that's really why you're checking this thing out. Your friend chose you. So you're probably wondering, okay, cool, Will, what is it? Well, it's a revolution. Revolutions take place when a set of ideas that has been slowly building up in the minds of people is suddenly catapulted across the remaining population and becomes common sense. Real revolutions are powerful precisely because they are so subtle. All of a sudden, an idea that used to be considered outlandish is now widely accepted as obviously being true. You see, my story started about 14 months ago when a friend of mine shared this same exact information with me that literally changed my life. See, he knew I was looking for something different. Now, I was in the health and wellness industry for about 7 years as a personal trainer, fitness manager, training, developing other personal trainers, and I was doing fairly well. I was a young guy running my own business in today's economy, making 6 figures, but there was a major problem. I had no time to enjoy it. I was slaving every single week for a paycheck and trying to catch up on the weekends. And to me, that wasn't living, that was surviving. I had a beautiful family and a beautiful little daughter, 2.5 years old, just waiting at home for me, and I just found myself not having the time to enjoy the more important things in life. And so I was definitely looking for something different. I knew if you want something you've never had before, you're going to have to do something you've never done before. And so I really opened up my mind to what was out there. And for me, everything changed when that same friend introduced me to a man by the name of Bob Proctor. If you don't know who he is, look him up. He's a world-renowned success coach. Bob is from the book and the movie The Secret, the whole law of attraction. Bob charges $55 grand an hour for his services. And it's crazy because he ended up mentoring me and he taught me a lot of things. But literally one thing specifically that has changed my life, and it's the reason why I'm retired at the age of 27. All I do now is act as a consultant and educate young people on what this one simple concept is. Well, wealthy people have always understood, but things we've never been taught at home. Look, I can confidently say that unless your parents are multi-millionaires, you've probably never been taught how to make a lot of money. And it's not taught in school. And I'm all for education, but a college or a university professor making 100 grand or 130 grand can't really teach you how to make millions of dollars or live financially free on your terms. If they knew how to do it, they'd probably be doing it themselves. You actually got to learn from people doing it. And it's crazy because think about what we're taught, from school, from our parents, from society. We're taught to go to high school or college, university, get good grades, make a resume, beg someone to hire us, slave for someone else for the rest of our lives, trading our time for someone else's money. Now just think about that, trading your time for money. Did you know that's what 96% of the entire world's population does, and they only control 4% of all the money in the world? Think about it logically. Because if you're working a J-O-B, a job, something Bob taught me stands for Journey of the Broke, there's only so much money you can make. Because if your job requires your physical presence, there's a saturation point. There's only 24 hours in a day. It's not like you can work 24 hours in a day, so there's really a limit to your income. Just think of this. Everyone we know has a job. But what are the two things that everybody always complains about in their life that they never have enough of? You probably guessed it, right? It's time and it's money. It doesn't work. See, I was absolutely blown away when I learned that there's right now 3% of the entire world's population that are approximately controlling about 97% of all the money in the world. That's crazy to me. Have you ever wondered why some people make $50,000 a year while others make $50 million a year when they both only have 24 hours in a day to work with? What's the difference? It's one simple thing. See, wealthy people have always understood how to leverage their time over what's called multiple sources of residual or passive income. Now, 14 months ago, I had no idea what that meant. I'm like, okay, cool, well, what is that? Well, residual income is an income coming in on a regular basis with little effort required to maintain it. It's basically doing something once, but then getting paid over and over and over again, no matter what you were doing. You could be retired, you can be on vacation, you could be sleeping, you could just be enjoying your life with your friends and family. Now, the first time I heard that, I'm like, no way, that sounds way too good to be true. I was pretty skeptical. I was actually very closed-minded when I was listening to this thing. I soon learned a closed mind is the most expensive thing you could ever own. People with closed minds usually have a bank account to match it, and that was kind of my story 14 months ago. Big ego, small little bank account to go with it. I really encourage you to open up your mind and listen closely, because residual income is something like this. If you think of an author writing a book, after the book is done, the work's done. The author could forget about the book technically, could retire, take a vacation for a year, sleep hypothetically for the rest of his life, but every time that book gets sold in stores, the author collects royalties. And I hope that makes sense. That's residual income. You see, I'm from Toronto, Canada, hometown hero Drake. If Drake puts out a new song or new album on iTunes, he could be anywhere in the world. He could be having fun, partying, in Jamaica with his friends. But every time we download his music, I'm sure Drake makes money, right? That's probably not surprising you. That's royalties. That's residual income. It's crazy because Michael Jackson actually made more money dead than he made when he was alive, all because of residual income. So I heard that, I'm like, okay, well that makes sense, but I'm no celebrity, I'm no actor, I'm no musician, I'm no author. Where could I go as a young person in today's economy and take advantage of residual income? Well guys, that's what we're here today to educate you on. That opportunity. I've personally never met a wealthy or successful person who does not like the word opportunity. For me, this opportunity turned into over a six-figure residual income in just a matter of 12 short months. And so with that said, I would like to personally invite you and your friend to come meet some of the key people we're working with to get more information on what it is and how it all works. I would love to tell you more, but it's kind of like describing the color red. Can't really be done. It's one of those things you kind of need to see and to understand and appreciate. So I understand you might be skeptical. You might be thinking, well, I don't know what it is, and so it's not for me. You know what? Maybe you're right. And if you are right, what's the worst case scenario? You're going to come out with your friend, get educated on what this really is, and you're right, maybe it's not for you. But now, what if we're right? What if your friend's right? What if you come out, you get the information, you get fully educated, and you understand how powerful this concept is? The light bulb goes off, and you are so grateful for the opportunity. You got nothing to lose, and possibly everything to gain. Albert Einstein defined insanity as doing the same things over and over again, and yet expecting a different result. Most people are looking for something different, but they're not willing to do something different. But I did, and I know if I can do it, you can do it. You just have to make a decision. I knew I had to make the decision. Because if you don't build your own dreams, someone just hires you to build theirs. I don't want to be that guy to work until I'm 65 or 75 like it is in today's economy. Retire on a certain percentage of my own income, watch TV for the next 5-10 years, probably die, 10 people would show up to my funeral, and then life's over. Because I lived average and mediocre my whole life. To me that wasn't an option, and I don't think it's an option for everyone out there. I just think people don't know that there's a better way. So look, if you heard something here today that just made sense to you, it resonated with you, get back with your friend right away and tell them, look, I don't know what this is, but I'm willing to learn more. And if you are, I look forward to personally meeting you and welcoming you to the revolution.